video editing. So I just recently started getting into making YouTube videos now. I'm not really making them. I'm just pretty much what I've done so far is just take clips of me playing video games and then edit them together. This is something I really want to share. But I feel really cool. I want to share my setup because you know it is a budget setup. I didn't spend much money on the setup itself. There are some things that I bought because they're pretty petty, but most part you could probably find like cheaper options, or you know, it's whatever. It's pretty cool. This is the desk in my dorm room. This is what I do. This is what I work on when I'm in college, or when I'm in college. This is what I work on when I'm streaming or playing games, doing schoolwork, or editing videos. Moving the camera, give you guys a full view of it. This is the desk. These are my feet to the desk and my legs. I'm sitting normally. Pretty small desk, but you know what? It fits everything. It fits everything. So on the desk, I didn't have the plain desk, even though I could. I have this thing right here. Ignore how dirty it is. I don't know how to clean it. This is just a giant mouse pad. All this is. What I'll do is have either the laptop or all the stuff just pushed against the wall, most likely. I just push against the wall. Most of the stuff, not everything. You can move the thing closer so you can hear me better, so I don't have the screen. So that way I'll be like typing with the mouse on this mouse pad. Best thing about it too. Give me a second here. Bam. It's RGB. Yeah. Changes. Can't see it that well. It gives a really good aesthetic when I'm, you know, either at night when I'm not even playing games. I'm just going to bed, everything's turned off. Gives a good like little ambiance from sleeping, because I don't like sleeping in complete darkness, but I don't like using the word night light either. I want to get more RGB, not even like just like the aesthetic of it, not even for my gaming system, just like in general. Maybe put some lights on my bed frame or something. MacBook Pro. This is basically the brains of the operation. This is everything you run it all off of, alright? This is what I stream, this is what I run my games off of, this is what I do schoolwork off of, all that stuff. It's a MacBook Pro 2012. The cool thing about this is that I actually have partitions, so I have both Windows and Mac OS on here. So I don't have to worry about like getting an editing software. I just go back in Mac OS and I use iMovie. I did have to go through a whole restarting process to do that, but that's fine. That's whatever. We don't care about that. Move this bad boy back. Let's talk audio equipment. Snowball. This is the blue Snowball. I think it's by the same people named Blue Yeti. I'm not sure though. I got this for like $45 off Amazon. As you can tell, pretty good audio quality. Not too terribly expensive, especially compared to like other professional microphones. It's just like one USB. The thing I like about this though is like it cuts off all background noises, which is, you know, probably why it's so expensive. You probably can't hear it, but the fan is probably going. No wait, it's not going hard right now. But when it does go hard, you can't hear it at all. Fan's fine. This is like an 8-year-old, 9-year-old device, so that's like understandable. Okay, don't judge me. Now we're talking about audio. What about my audio? I have to be able to hear, right? When I'm hearing games, I want to have the highest possible audio quality. Bam. These are a $20 gaming headset I got off of Amazon as well. I got it when I bought this thing right here. It's got a microphone. I don't use this, but it has in here. I thought it was detachable, but it's not much. You know, it's not a big deal. Especially if you don't want to use spend like $40 on this. It's better than using the the microphone on the laptop or computer or something like that. They fit real snug on your head. Thing like these though, not just, they got this little strand here that goes up and down, so you pull it down a little bit, snug in your head, it stays snug. Super cool. It's a little aluminum, and you click it. It sounds empty, but the audio quality is still really good. Best thing about this though, thing I know most gamers like us care about. Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's only just this one color, but it's still really cool. Gaming is really good, and they got 360 sound. It's not really as accurate like 7.1 surround, but it's still really cool to use when you're gaming and stuff. Super fun. I love it. Alright, but you know, it's pretty hard working with just a laptop right here. Pretty hard just working with a laptop when you're streaming, because if something goes wrong with your stream, on the stream manager, you have to close out your game and go on the stream manager right here, and it's annoying. You get a second monitor. That's how I usually have my streaming when I'm just chatting and not really like playing games or anything. I'll have it like this. That's basically ooh, let me just adjust this so it's better. You can see my bed. It's fine. That's just basically what I use, because I'll have my game on the monitor, and then I'll have stream chat. I have OBS right here, then the monitor right here. The thing about OBS too is I have my chat right here while I'm looking at OBS, so I can see if something goes wrong with OBS. I can also read chat at the same time. The next thing I want to go over is my mouse. Bam, wireless. I have enough wires. Look, it's just the 3 things right there. There's a whole mess of wires. There's one wire. There's like the cable to connect the laptop to the computer. There's the power cables. There's a wall of wires for the microphone and the headset. There's enough wires. So I have a wireless Bluetooth mouse. For some reason, it's an on. Here we go. It's an on. It's that Walmart. It's that cheap electronic Walmart brand. Not the highest quality. It's still really good. It's got adjustable DPI. You can adjust the DPI settings with this button here. The scroll wheel's pretty good. Feels really good. Got 2 side buttons right there. I lost the cover. There's supposed to be a cover that goes here. And there's also supposed to be like a USB connector. So you don't have to connect it via Bluetooth. You connect it, like plug this into the laptop and use that instead of connecting it as a Bluetooth device. I lost it. And it doesn't matter. This works better as a Bluetooth, mouse anyway. So I don't have to have like an extra slot plugged in with this little connector. It's not heavy, not super light. You can tell it doesn't feel cheap. It was like $15, but it does not feel cheap. It feels really good. Going back to my gaming setup, when I'm gaming, it's pretty hard to do that because you gotta look over here. You have to hold a hand over here, hold a hand, your mouse like it's in like this direction. Let me just gotta hold the mouse right here and use this right here. And the game is mostly all the time on this one. It's pretty awkward looking over. So here, I have this really old membrane keyboard. My brother bricked his computer with like a bunch of viruses, so I got this old keyboard. It's better used so that I have the monitor in the center of my vision, and I don't have to do this awkward thing where I have both my hands over here. I can actually have them right where they need to be. Have the mouse like right here, this area, and I have my hand right in this. You can't see it right now, but right in that area. It's a membrane keyboard, so it doesn't feel the best, but it gets the job done. All right, at least until I get like an actual PC and buy a better keyboard. But for the time being, this is what I work with. Alright, now there's one major issue I ran into a while ago. My MacBook only has 2 USB ports, right? The problem is I have 4 things that need to be plugged into USB. I have an adapter for this thing I have to plug in USB because there's no HDMI cable or connector here, so I have to use a USB to HDMI adapter to connect it. That's 1. I have to use a keyboard 2, the microphone 3, and if I want to plug in, like, say a a flash drive or some other connection, I want to plug in the LEDs to my headset. That's 4. No, I have 4 things, only 2 ones. So what I had to do, I had to get USB hub. This is another on-brand USB hub. It's got 4 USB ports, 3 on this side, 1 on top. It has this weird thing here, is that they actually came with a power cable. I don't know why. What I'm guessing is like the power is so that it doesn't drain power from the MacBook battery or the whatever it's plugged into, the laptop's battery. That way I'll use like external power to power all the stuff, which makes sense in my mind and is also really helpful. So my MacBook's just using less power in general because it uses enough power. It has to run like 3-4 programs at once while also having like 30 things plugged into it to help me stream and record videos. So, this thing really helps. Let's get it all plugged in. So, generally, this is what it will look like when everything's set up. There's a little mess of wires. Usually the wires aren't hanging out right here. I'll have them like pushed behind the desk or something, or hidden behind the monitor at least, so where it's out of my sight. But for the most part, this is what the vision looks like. I'll have to change these around so that the mic's right in front of my face. I have the keyboard right here, the mouse right here. And it's super good, not only for when I'm streaming and playing games, but also when I'm doing schoolwork. So I'll have say I have a Zoom meeting. I'll have my Zoom meeting put up on the MacBook display because it's a lot smaller. And I'll have like Word or Chrome or whatever I do my schoolwork on pulled up on the big screen. So that way I'm still in the Zoom meeting, but I'm also doing work at the same time without having to switch back and forth between them real awkwardly. And when I'm gaming or streaming, I'll have like the game pulled up here, and if I'm streaming, I'll have OBS pulled up. If I'm just gaming, maybe I'll have like a YouTube video or just like a music video put up here. That way I can quickly just go over to the second monitor, change it real quick, switch back, and continue like gaming. If I'm playing like Minecraft or something. If I'm playing like any other game what I'll probably do if I'm just gaming, probably I'll just put the monitor down, or I could just close this and have just the monitor show everything and just game with the monitor. And you're probably wondering, because I am recording this via my MacBook, but the video isn't coming from my MacBook. So what did I do? So you're enjoying the amazing quality of my MacBook webcam. You can see why I don't use it. This is my phone. That's what's actually showing up on Droidcam right now. So if I on OBS, I'll switch to the camera view. Bam. So I can switch back here. I'll turn around. You can see it. It's recording it. Also, bam. That's my. Okay, like that. Bam, like that. Super cool. You can see why I don't use my. Let's get rid of that. I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see that anymore. But you know, I have to mount it on something. All right. And if I didn't want to spend a lot of money on just a random like a mount for my phone. That would be ridiculous. I made this. I put this together. It's bootleg. I put it together with like some of the packaging that some of the stuff I got from Amazon came in, and like an old shoelace. This is usually where I just set my headset. I'll set it in there because it fits real. It feels nice enough, and it'll just like stand on there. It's like a headphone stand. Or I could just put my phone in there and it'll just stand there and like record the videos. But I also have to edit videos, right? So obviously I can't use a second monitor when I stream videos. For some reason, macOS for me does not want to connect to my second monitor. I don't know why. But you know, I don't really need it. I don't game with macOS. I don't do anything except edit videos. And occasionally maybe do schoolwork on OS, but usually I'll do everything on Windows. I'll move it all over to macOS and then edit the video in iMovie. So when I'm editing videos in macOS, which I still have Windows put up right now because I can't do all this in macOS for some reason. I haven't figured it out yet. But you know, whenever I go into macOS to edit a video, what I'll do is I'll have my laptop set up. I'm editing videos. Got my headphones plugged in. I have this mouse right here because for some reason the Bluetooth mouse, to be able to use in macOS, I have to connect it to the macOS itself as a new Bluetooth device. And so whenever I go back into Windows, I have to reconnect it again. So I just got tired of the process of just connecting it over and over again. So I just leave that mouse connected to Windows, and I'll just use this mouse to edit. This is like a really cheap mouse. I think my brother or my brother's girlfriend got me for Christmas. It was like one of the really cheap plastic ones from Five Below. It even feels cheap, but it works just fine. It has got left click, right click, and a scroll wheel. That means it's good enough for editing. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I do in when I'm that's my whole streaming schoolwork setup. All right, if you come across the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I'm just trying to build something here. I just wanted to go over this, just to maybe it like help someone out there, because a lot of people when they're streaming, they get a little frustrated at their setup or stuff like that. I just maybe give some ideas of what they can do. Some of this stuff is aesthetic, but some of the stuff is like has actual practical uses that I use a lot, which maybe I help someone out. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. And I don't have any kind of end credits, so I'm just gonna end the cut.